Hey, welcome to Vlogalog. The sing-along Vlogalog. Super high-tech, too. Okay, this is Bong Dongadong by the excellent Mr. LeBrain, Christopher LeBrain. He produced this song, this 20-second epic for the excellent episode of Webcams by the same name, Bong Dongadong. And I think it was one of the interesting things about that episode, that behind the scenes you could call it, I suppose. It's certainly not expressed at all in the episode. This was written by Benzone50 here on YouTube, and it was actually one of the more challenging scripts to date to work with, because the punchline was cancer, and that's really, I mean it wasn't entirely cancer, but that was the premise. So that really made it challenging to work with. And so when I started working on his script, it was really challenging to kind of work around the whole cancer bit and still make it entertaining and funny. And I think we succeeded. But one of the things that I added to it was this back and forth about names for penises. And I did do some research. So I did, there. It's not like I invented all of the names that were in there, but the one that I did actually come up with myself was Bong Dongadong. And as I was putting it all together, I was like, women have all these interesting and creative names for their lady bits, and men do too, but almost not as lyrical. Like, for example, it actually came from I was thinking badonkadonk, and I was like, why don't we have something like that for our male bits? And so, kind of inspired by that, that's where Bong Dongadong came from. And I think that, and I've never heard it before, so it's the most original name for a penis that that you've ever heard so far. Or I've ever heard. You probably have heard more, so you could leave them in the comments and tell me, and maybe we'll do another webcams episode all about penis names. But webcams, I mean, I feel pretty good about creating this new name for the penis that's never been thought of before. So that's kind of exciting, I think. I haven't yet, but I need to put it in Urban Dictionary. That's like a mark, That's going to be my mark on the world, that I came up with Bong Dongadong, the phrase Bong Dongadong. Hey, sweet cheeks, check out this Bong Dongadong. Yeah, maybe that won't catch on. Anyway, I actually have notes for this video, unlike the other one, and I'm keeping very close track of my time so that I don't have to edit, because I'm a lazy ass. I've got like 2 things to edit right now, one of which I have been horrible at putting off, and the other one is the webcams episode that actually is all ready to edit. Finally, I have to export all the footage to a master format, and then I can start editing. I never edit any of the footage that people send me. I have to reconvert everything, and then I can start editing. So I have that all on my timeline, but I've just been very lazy. I have not felt like doing actual editing work lately. I don't know. So I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes and not have to edit much, and use my high-tech technology of putting the microphone next to the computer speaker so that I wouldn't have to edit in the musical track. Keeping things simple. Emily, Ziggy Starla, and if this is embarrassing at all for me to bring up during the vlog, I do apologize, but I kind of want to throw this out there because Emily has been trying to, she hasn't been trying very hard, but she's put it out there, and don't take this the wrong way, Emily. I mean, it is what it is. She's been floating this idea past me about doing a podcast, and so she's trying to convince me to do the podcast, and I'm trying to convince myself not to do the podcast. And to put this all into perspective, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I'm biking 20 miles a day, and and if I were to listen to music that whole time or nothing at all, I would really go crazy. So it really helps. Listen to a good podcast, several good podcasts. It really helps the biking process. So I've recently become quite the fan of podcasts, and I think that it would definitely be an interesting project and an interesting endeavor. Emily has pitched the concept of doing a zombie podcast, or what I would like to call a zombie cast, which I think is a very good hook, and it's a very good concept. But I think it's I don't know how much more there is beyond that. So I don't know how you would draw that little bit of a concept out into, not just, not only like a 30-45 minute podcast, but also a series of podcasts, several episodes of podcasts. So I'm not entirely, sure that would be the best idea. I don't know. And I'm throwing this out there, maybe start a conversation and get some opinions. Also, I don't want to commit myself to more editing projects. I'm kind of in a bit of a pickle as it is right now with some other stuff, and I don't know. But the other part of me really is intrigued by the whole idea, and I know that if I were to do a podcast like about all the creative stuff I do, like with webcams and talking about all that stuff and the music that we have produced for webcams and combination, all the creative stuff, that's a sustainable concept. Although I really like the concept of a zombie cast and, tapping into the whole zombie pride logo and concept that I already have developed, and, Zaphod Zombie maybe as a guest. So, I don't know, but, the other thing, would a podcast really be better than a vlog? And that's kind of my question for you guys who pay attention to the vlogs and are interested in my vlogs. Would you even listen to it? Would a podcast be better to listen to than the vlog? I mean, the podcasts are certainly more portable to an extent. I think videos and cell phones and the iPhone and Android, I mean, they've made YouTube very portable. So what do you think? Do you think a podcast would be worthwhile? Would that be interesting at all? I don't know. Emily thinks it'd be a good idea. I'm not 100% sold on the sustainability of the project and finding that audience that you would want for a podcast. So let me know what your thoughts are. Again, I do have notes, and I have my iPad, and I love it. I do think it's a very revolutionary device. Revolutionary as a communication device, and I'm talking really about the 3G iPad more than I think if you paid any attention to it at all, there's been some pundits saying that the 3G iPad's probably going to be the standard, and the Wi-Fi will eventually be dropped off completely. And I think the 3G iPad and the magical properties that Steve Jobs talked about can be found in the 3G iPad and the pricing plans that they've set up with AT&T. I have a lot of opinions on it, and my sister, and I've actually had this discussion already with my sister, she has a lot of opinions the other way, and she's a hardcore iPhone user, so she doesn't quite agree with my stance that the iPad can really revolutionize the way people communicate as it becomes more mainstream. So what I'm actually hoping to do, and I'm going to tease that just a little bit here, is have my sister Heidi come over one of these days, and we'll record this debate and this conversation. I think it'll be really interesting. That's pretty much it. It's pretty quiet. Just stay tuned, stay creative, and listen to Sweater Sex. Another song by Chris LeBrain. This is great music. It really does. Check him out on YouTube. YouTube.com/CLEBRANE. Stay tuned. Stay creative, guys.